Stay tuned for today's Antidote, brought to you by the Renegade Success Network. Today's Antidote features a healthy dose of thought-provoking insights and information for business owners, entrepreneurs, leaders, and nonprofit professionals. Each day since March of 2020, this program has offered that one thing to help you continue on your own unique pathway to success. And now, Renegades, we bring you Bob Graham and Tom Brush.
Hey, good morning, Tom, from the indoor, much warmer home upstairs office today with my nice bright sweater. How are you, Tom Brush?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing today, Bob?
I'm doing really well, except you're frozen on my screen, which scares me, but we'll deal with that. That's all good. So, hey, folks, welcome to today's Antidote. It is episode 248. I can't believe that. That amazes me. And I look now on the actual Facebook feed, and Tom is not there, so I'm going to do a little talking by myself for a couple of seconds. You with us, Tom?
I believe so.
Check out the Facebook feed, if you will, because you're going to see that you may or may not be there. I'm not seeing you on that actual Facebook feed, which lags. There, you're back on Facebook. Okay. Sorry, a little technical difficulties on Monday morning. There he is. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is today's Antidote. I'm Bob Graham. That's Tom Brush. We get together every morning and we try to figure out that one thing that's going to move us forward. Maybe it's something that's going to move you forward today. Maybe it's a week from now. Maybe it's a month from now. Maybe it's 6 years from now. Who knows? It's our way of helping ourselves and helping other people. And Tom and I will give you our one thing later in the program. But if there's a thing that comes up for you, something that you go, hey, wow, I never thought of that before, or that's an interesting insight, we would love to see it in the comments, because that's where we can all learn from each other. So, Tom, our topic this week is a great one. It kind of fed from last week and the week before. Being right. I hear this and I feel this, and you and I have this discussion, at least 3 times a week on average right now, where you say to me, that's you trying to be right. So why don't you help us understand what being right is and why that could or could not be something that we want to start thinking more about?
Yeah, I don't know that I know what being right is. I think I always like to...
Well, that's a great program. Thanks, folks. That was today's Antidote. We'll be back tomorrow.
You didn't let me finish. Because I don't know the value of that. I mean, when we think about it in the grand scheme, what does being right actually mean? What is the importance of it? To say that you were right? Or to say that you were, or, in the same vein, what's the importance of being wrong? It's just, again, it's sort of a result. It's somebody looks at it in a moment in time and says, oh yeah, you're right. Or you're wrong. Okay, now what? What does that help someone? Does it help anyone move forward just by saying, okay, I acknowledge that I was correct. I'm right. Now what? So that's where I get thinking about, like, does it matter if we are right? Now, obviously, we want to try to be right. And like we talked about last week, I feel like it's about what do we gain from the results of our actions? Does it add value to know that we were right?
I'm not sure I know the answer. Part of the issue here, Tom, and I was thinking as you were going through this, is that we are educated in a system where we have to be right. If you don't get 80% right, you're not going to pass. If you get everything wrong, you have to do it over again. And we learn this at a very, very young age. So now here we are, we're adults, and suddenly the rules are completely different. It's not about being right, it's about doing what's best. And this is one of the challenges I had when I was teaching college. We were writing papers and the students would be like, why is that an A and this a C? And it's like, well, here are the mechanics, here are the things, and then here's a poetry to the language. And it became harder and harder to gauge what success was, because I knew, it's like the Supreme Court judge said about pornography back in the 1930s, I think it was, Potter Stewart. I know it when I see it.
I think it was Judge Marshall, but I'm not positive about that.
No, not Thurgood Marshall. No, it goes back. I think it's Potter Stewart. Tim will know. I will bet you Tim will tell us who it is within 30 seconds. But we know it when we see it. We want to be right because I think we're conditioned that right is good. Right means you pass, right means you advance, right means you move forward. And so I think we just feel, I feel compelled to be right. If you gave me a choice being right or wrong, I want to be right. But what's interesting to me, Tom, is when I've been wrong, that's when I've learned the most.
Sure. Well, because we're always trying to be right, trying to better understand what's going on, and I think that in school, there's nothing wrong with trying to be right. Look, talking about that, and I think helping young people try to write a paper that is grammatically correct, makes an argument that they can defend, and does it effectively. And so I think that the trying to help people improve is really what we're trying to do. The problem is we get fixated on the number or the result, not on the improvement or the more understanding of what we are gaining. So you get an 89. Instead of worrying about the 89, worry about okay, I have a good grasp of some of these things, and there are other things that I don't quite understand as well. And that to me is the takeaway, not the number. It's okay, how do I now start to figure it out? And I think we place so much emphasis, and I don't know if that's the school system, it's society, or it's just us as individuals that want that result that provides some sort of satisfaction of being right.
Well, when we're right, that means that the things that we had processed in our head are consistent with our experience. Otherwise, we have to take that experience in and start thinking about what the implications are. And most of us don't want to go down that road because that starts to make you question everything. And when you start to question everything, all those great solutions you thought you had suddenly go out the window. I had a client over the last couple of weeks who had a pretty big discovery about his business that he kind of knew in the back of his head, but now suddenly it was in the forefront. And that changed how he looked at everything. And I see this again and again. I see it with me. Did I lose you, Tom?
No, I'm here.
Oh, you froze again. Well, I think we're going to have to work on our technology. Apparently our technology is not right and definitely wrong this morning. See what I did there? And I think that's the crux of the issue, right? It's important, Tom, for us to understand when we're right, but more importantly, understand with what we think when we think something is right, but it turns out not to be right. Not that it's wrong, just that it might be different, right?
What if right doesn't matter? What if what matters is, okay, what went well? What didn't go as well? And what might I do differently? Right? If we have this desire to be right, once we're right, does that mean we stop learning? Just because you got 100 on this test, does that mean that you stop learning about the subject matter that you're in? Or you got an A? Or like with your client, because they figured one thing out, does that make the world of their business now right? And so they never have to think about changing again? That with this one solution, everything is going to be quote unquote right. What if likely they're going to have this solution that is going to make a difference. And then there's going to be another problem that arises. That's, to me, is life. Is that, if you're happy with being right, you are going to miss out on what else is to come. And how that next thing will help you figure out how to continue to grow.
Okay. I like that, Tom. I think we're going to move a little fast today. What the heck? What's that one thing for you?
Well, I guess my one thing is, if the topic is its importance, what if we took the thought of that being right, and I would also say being wrong, making that judgment is not as important as what did we gain? What influenced what's real for us?
I love that. I think that's great. I think that's something I've been trying to work through, and it's easier said than done. Tom, why don't you tell us about our marvelous networking opportunity that's coming up tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time?
Yes, well, tomorrow we're going to have our Renegade Roundup. It's the second Tuesday of the month, so we will invite you to join us. There is information on our website, and there will be information up on the Facebook group. We'll also mention it, so please join us tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, where we will give you the opportunity to connect and engage and meet other members of the group and other members who decide to join us for the day, and an opportunity to really connect one-on-one with people, not just sit in a room and listen to Bob and I talk or someone do a presentation, but your chance to really connect and engage like if you were in person. So please join us tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You need to register or let us know so we can send you the Zoom link, and then we hope to see you tomorrow.
Hey, it's the super short edition today. I love it.
You didn't want to share any of the comments?
I did. I wasn't able to see them. Here, let me pop them up. There's one. There it is. He was blacked out for a minute. Now he's back. Tom is back. Is being right as opposed to being left. I get it. Political humor. Nice.
Or one-handed.
It's good to be correct, but it's better to be kind. Insisting on being right can lead to damaging relationships. Yes, very much so. And this also from Tim. In this world, you must be oh so smart or oh so pleasant. For years, I was smart. I recommend pleasant. That's
Maybe you could be both.
Point of view.
Well, what if you could be both?
Smart and pleasant.
Sure. Why not?
I'm going to try that today. Can I be smart and pleasant? Huh.
Why wouldn't you be able to be smart and pleasant?
I don't know. Tom, you are frozen again. It's so hard to talk to you when you're frozen.
Can you hear me at least?
I can hear you, yes. And then I look on the video and I'm frozen.
Maybe that's a good reason for us to say it's a good time to wrap this up.
That's kind of what I was thinking, yes.
Although we'd love to hear your thoughts about the importance of being right and how that drives what you do with your business, and how you're able to move forward, how you try to move forward along your own unique pathway to success. And if you want to be part of that conversation, please, and you're not yet, become a member of our Ring of Renegades Facebook group. It's easy to join. Just go to Facebook, search for Ring of Renegades. It is a private group because we are creating a community so that we can have these kind of discussions, and people don't necessarily have to worry about if they are right or they are wrong. It's just more about how do we help others continue to move forward. So you just need to ask us to join and tell us why you're a renegade. And then you can become a part of this growing community where we're helping leaders, business owners, and entrepreneurs take their next step forward along their own unique pathway to success. So we hope we will see you inside of the Ring of Renegades Facebook group. We also hope we'll see you tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, for our networking event right after the show. And I forgot what I was going to say. Or we'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for our next edition of today's Antidote, which hopefully our technology will be in a better place. We'll blame it all on it's the Monday morning after the Super Bowl. It's all that game should be on a Saturday so that people don't have to do that. And this Monday is not a lost morning as people try to recover and figure out what happened the night before and how they're going to move forward today. So with that, I hope that you all have a great day, and we will see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Carving your own path is tough. You want and need a community to offer you insights and advice, share inspiration, provide support, and save you time and money. But where do you find all that? Here's the easy answer: the Ring of Renegades Facebook group, where leaders, entrepreneurs, and business owners identify their next steps. Here's some of what you will find at the Ring of Renegades Facebook group. Just go to ringofrenegades.com and join today. Find and accomplish those next